taking a live look at the Space Needle right now. We can confirm the flag is being flown at half-staff this morning after another public event, arguably the most popular in Seattle, was shattered by gun violence. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this Monday, July 27th. I'm Erin Mayovsky.
And I'm John Oppers. This morning, we're continuing our coverage of last night's deadly shooting at Seattle Center during the Bite of Seattle Food Festival. We know 3 people are dead, 4 others are hurt, including a 2-year-old boy. Fox 13 Sean Chitnis is at Harborview Medical Center with an update on those victims, including some who've already been released.
But first, we turn to Taylor Winkle, who joins us live now from the Seattle Center with a breakdown of what we know this morning. Taylor.
Yeah, you guys, we have been walking around the Bite of Seattle this morning, now more than 12 hours later, just kind of astonished at all the abandoned vendor booths. You can see that people left seemingly right in the middle of transactions, leaving everything for the day. You come over to this one, you can see in that walk, there's vegetables there, probably in the middle of cooking when they heard those gunshots go off. When you look past this scene, there is an abandoned stroller, and maybe you can imagine what that family was thinking as they heard the sound of gunshots. It might be quicker to get away if they grab their baby and run than even try to deal with the stroller. It is haunting to look at this morning, but I want to show you what it looked like last night, right around 6:01. That's when police say they got their first report of gunshots. They say one suspected shooter is in custody this morning. One is believed to still be on the run, and this is video from the scene as a stampede of people rushed from the danger. Police think 2 people were shooting at each other. The assistant chief of Seattle Police says, again, at 6:01, people heard gunshots. They started to call 911. Officers were already in the area. They responded. They say right when they got there, they addressed one of the shooters. That person gave up. They are in custody. And so far this morning, we haven't seen them booked on the jail roster just yet. We are monitoring that, though. All we know is that they were described by police as a young person. The other person believed to be involved ran off, and at last check, police were still actively searching for them. They addressed 7 victims here on scene. 2 died here at the scene. 4 were taken by Seattle Fire to Harborview, and then another later showed up themselves to UW Medical Center. We're going to have more on those victims' conditions here in a bit, but in the meantime, I can tell you 2 guns were recovered from the scene here right now with no surveillance cameras in this immediate area. Police want witnesses to come forward. Out here this morning, we talked to Max, who was here last night, one of the hundreds of individuals who ran from the sound of that gunfire. He said he cannot stop thinking about the victims and what happened at this family-friendly event.
All that really runs through your mind, because it's like post-traumatic stress. So it's just, when I came here today for closure, just to see the area and I guess in some way relive it. I don't know why I want to relive it, but just to really process everything and how everything went down.
SPD wants to hear from witnesses this morning. They are asking anybody with any information to call the Violent Crime Hotline. The number for that is 206-233-5000. And even with one of the suspects still at large, Seattle police this morning say they don't believe there is a greater risk to the community. Now, again, when it comes to the conditions of those victims, we are going to go live to Fox 13 Sean Chitnis at Harborview. Sean, you've been monitoring these for us this morning. What can you tell us?
Well, Taylor, the focus is now on that one remaining patient, a 2-year-old boy who we were told is in satisfactory condition. That is an update from earlier this morning. And when those patients arrived here yesterday, we do know that 2 patients were released as of this morning. At least that's the update that we got from staff here. Those 2 patients include a 23-year-old man and a 39-year-old woman. We also know of that 27-year-old man that Taylor mentioned, who went to the UW Medical Center in Montlake. He has been released as well. Late last night, we heard from city and state leaders about the initial response to treat people who were shot at Seattle Center.
We discovered as we got to the scene that there were a total of 7 victims that suffered gunshot wounds at the scene. Officers immediately began to perform CPR and first aid on several victims.
And let me also just add my thanks to Seattle police officers, as well as fire department professionals, as well as those at Harborview, the frontline medical professionals that are treating the victims tonight and dealing with the pain of the families that are suffering through this.
All of us, our hearts go out to everybody who's impacted by this. I can't imagine being the parent of a 2-year-old toddler, for example, who's injured in a shooting like this.
Now, Harborview staff went over some of the injuries those patients who were admitted here were dealing with when they first arrived. We understand that is anything from being shot in the arm, stomach, or different parts of the leg. We also want to acknowledge the victims who were killed in this mass shooting. One was treated here before they died. The other 2 died at the scene. Those victims include a 19-year-old man, a 44-year-old man, and a 56-year-old woman. We also know that the hospital was put on partial lockdown yesterday, and then that was lifted last night at 9 p.m. Reporting live at Harborview Medical Center, Sean Chitness, Fox 13 News.
200K. I'll get that plaque that says 100K. Shooting. Oh, here. Get down, get down, get down, get down.
That video captures the moments those shots were fired. People who were standing nearby say at first it was hard to figure out what was going on.
There were like a bunch of pops, and like it was a bunch of pops that almost sounded like fireworks, and then like a couple single ones, and then suddenly like there were birds that flew, and then like everybody started sprinting out. It was like a wave. Yeah, like it was like a wave of people started flying out.
And then all I heard, everybody just running, just everybody screaming chaos after that. I almost got pushed. He's pushing me. Yeah, it was a lot going on.
As Taylor Winkle mentioned, police believe that 2 people were shooting at each other and confirmed one suspect was arrested immediately after the shooting while the other took off. Officers say they found 2 guns, but they haven't specified the type of guns used or released a description of that suspect who ran away. If you have any information, you're asked to reach out right away.
Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson released a statement calling the shooting an act of horrific violence, going on to say in the days ahead, officials will work to figure out what happened and be transparent about what they learn. And Governor Ferguson also releasing a statement saying his prayers are with the families of the victims and the responders as they work to keep people safe.
Unfortunately, this is not the first time there has been gun violence at festivals at Seattle Center. In 2006, a 16-year-old was shot near Seattle Center around the time the Bite of Seattle was closing for the day. In 2008, a shooting at Folklife Festival left 3 people hurt. And in 2012, another shooting left 1 person hurt at the Folklife Festival as well. We'll have more live team coverage coming up right here on Good Day Seattle.